Alright, what's up guys? Today I'm going to talk about line sag. Alright. Now, like we talked about yesterday, I've got a line block hooked up to the speed lead. And currently, I have that line directly to the edge of this brick over here, placed around the floor with no mortar. I have repeated the same thing on this other side. Brick directly to the, or line directly to the edge of the brick. Now if we go in the center over here, if the line is sagging, this brick, which is the same as the other ones, should be higher than the line. It should look like something like this if it's sagging, but it's not. It's actually lower. Why is that so? Well, the question you got to ask is the floor level? Probably not. One of the things you guys say to me all the time was, the floor is out of level. How am I supposed to build this level? Very rarely will you come in contact or work with a perfectly level floor. It almost never happens. Now, I can assure you that this line is on there tight. I know students love complaining to me that things are going to break because I put the lines on so tight. And my proof for how tight this line on is this line block that I had on there prior, that I had on so tight it literally exploded right off and shot across the room. That's how tight I had the line on there. Now the problem is that how do we know that? How do we make sure that this is perfectly level? Well, once again, I've turned to my trusty laser here. And if we go and view this side, I know it's going to be difficult to see, but I made a video earlier with the lights out, and you couldn't see it at all. I can assure you that laser is hitting right to the edge of this brick right here, and the same thing on the other side. But if we come to the center, that laser is not hitting this line. If I move the line down, I'm sorry, if I pick it up because it's sagging, now it's hitting it. That's because the line is sagging. By the way, when the laser beeps like that, it means it's out of level. It's got to be always a solid line. If it's ever blinking, that means it's out of level. So it just had to correct itself. So what I'm going to do to combat that is I'm going to put what's called a trig on the line. By placing the trig on the line, after the brick has been set, I now can pick up the line in the center. As Mr. Thompson has told you guys from lessons in the past, I mean, I'm talking about a good 50 feet here. There's no way I can ever pull this tight enough where you're not going to get a little bit of sag in the middle. So usually you have to place a trig in the middle. So the question is, okay, well, how do I know what the height is going to be? I'm actually going to place marks on this wall here with my spacing rule, so I have a good reference point as to where I should approximately be. So you never can pull a line so perfectly tight that it's straight. I mean, it's not uncommon if, you know, think about much larger buildings where you might have 3 or 4 of them in the wall. That's how much it's going to sag. You want to avoid as many as possible, but sometimes it's just a necessity. It's got to happen. All right. See you guys tomorrow.